This is the recording of the last VOD group review that we held on our Discord server. We broke down a match between Navi and Fnatic on Ascent. Hope it can help. As we usually do, guys, these Saturdays we review a tier 1 game that I found interesting or that I think might be interesting, right? And for today's session, I chose this game specifically, Navi versus Fnatic. Even though Navi lately haven't been the best team, this series in particular I've watched, and it's been a really close series, and I think there is something we can learn. Specifically, what I liked a lot was Alexic, how he played with Jet. Let's see if we are gonna be able to spot that. So some of you that maybe play Jet can find it useful because I really like how he played in defense, mostly than attack, but we'll get to that. And also, I kind of wanted to analyze as well the Fnatic comps because this composition is really weird, right? And I think they're the only one who plays such a weird composition on this map with double Sentinel and with Yoru. And I don't think Yoru is great on this map either. So, yeah. Um, the main reason they're using Yoru though is because they don't have a KO, right? So if we talk about Navi, they have just a default comp, which is perfect for almost every map, right? You have your healer, you have your flasher, and KO is great on this map. On other maps you might choose like Breach, for example, right? You have your smoker, Omen is great on this map, Sentinel, Cypher again, and then the Jet, right? It's a default comp for Ascent, right? Then on the other side we have a completely different thing, and Vice is normal. This is okay as well. Chamber is fine. The one thing that I can point out is the fact that they have Yoru, and the reason behind it is because Yoru, guys, in tier 1 is used often as a sort of flasher, basically, like a sort of initiator, let's call it that way, okay? Because, as I said many times, Yoru kind of goes around the team, right? It's not like a selfish duelist as Jet, that is kind of more selfish, right? He flashes, he can flash, and he does flashes for his team. He ults for his team. Like he does a lot of the times in team play, like a lot of stuff for the team, and that a lot to be maximizing his abilities. The team needs to be doing the right things, right? Like with his ult, when your ult, sometimes, not sometimes, but most of the times, for example, they like to Sova ult, right? Because your pings where the enemy is, and Sova just ults that, right? That's something that they can do. Um, just a quick introduction of Ascent, really quick. Ascent is one of the most liked maps on of Valorant, I think. It's a great map, really mid dependent, and it depends a lot on splits, right? You have to split a lot. Going straight, I don't really suggest it, guys. For ranked, mid space is really important, and I will fight for it if you can. Um, About the distribution, usually it's played like a sentinel on B with like Sova here. And the reason Sova is here is because from market as well, Sova can really easily put an arrow to spot mid, right? And on the other side, you have the flasher plus the duelist who fights for A main space with flashers and a one-way smoke, right? Pretty default. Next time they remove Ascent, they probably will put it back after 1 month. I hope not really. I wanna see like some breeze in the current meta. I would like to see breeze, to be honest. Okay, anything you wanna ask specifically about Ascent, a playstyle, an opinion of an agent, anything about the compositions here, and then if you don't have nothing, we'll start. Okay, yeah, I'm starting. Perfect. So Fnatic are in defense, now we're in attack side. Interesting because they did the opposite here. Oh, they have a great setup here. They did the opposite. They played. I mean, Sova Market is default because, as I said, he can reveal mid, right? But they did the opposite of Sentinel wise. Probably because, no, not probably. I'm pretty sure it's because. Let me take my pen. It's because of Chamber. Um, and why I might say is because Alpha has bullets here. 4. Yeah, I think 4 bullets. So he's able to shoot, right? Because it's long range, really strong here. and that's why they decided to put him towards A. Maybe they're probably gonna do it a lot on A since he's stronger here with his Sheriff, as I said, right? And then Vice, I don't think it makes much of a difference. It's just that they want to play with a setup on B. Maybe they probably change later though. Let's see. Great setup here. Arrow plus flash, really basic. You see what happens here, guys? This is something that I always tell you. When people play aggressive, right, from the start of a part of the map, right? So it's either B or A, or if we take even another map, if we take Ivan as well, for example, right? And you see people playing really aggressive on A from defense side, most of the times, when people play aggressive, it means that the site is heavy, right? So there are like 3 people there at least, right? So based on what just happened, Navi said they're fighting B. There are 3 people also because of the utilities that were used. Let's try to go towards A as fast as we can. Shifting, obviously, they're not gonna run, and see what happens here. Try our luck here. Like they're not wasting time, to regroup to do anything else, right? So when it happens to you in ranked, also pay attention to this, because if you see the enemies fighting for something like that aggressively, most of the times it's because there are a lot of people there. Yeah, this I'm not a big fan of what just Alexic just did. So what you should do, guys, when there is a vice wall, right? You dash like this, just stay in the smoke. Don't move, don't peek, stay here. Here, let me change the color maybe. Uh, okay, stay here, right? Don't move, don't expose yourself, just hold the angle, wait for your teammates, right? Or because you see he took space, but now since he died so fast, he didn't really got they didn't get anything from it, right? Chronicle kind of overpick, but it was fine. Yeah, this is really good call from Fnatic, guys. When retaking Ascent, guys, never retake just from heaven. Always try, if you can, obviously, always retake from both sides. Never go just from heaven. Okay? In general, when retaking, if you have the possibility, use both spaces that you have right, to retake. Because if you just retake from heaven, then first of all you don't have this space, so you don't know if someone is there, and then it's just easier for the enemies as well, because then all the positions here inside are just gonna be looking all at you, right? So it's easier for them to just hold and kill you. So always retake from both sides. And this is exactly what they're doing here as well. Going heavy on short also makes sense, because the short people, when they go out, they're gonna probably face more enemies since main is mocked, right? So Buster just waits for them to go out and then can trade in case. Yeah, here we go. Clean retake from Fnatic here. Really good. And Eco. No pores, okay. Yeah, same. Oh, you see, similar setup with Chamber here, but this time the Sentinel is here, right? So what I said around before, around earlier, they're probably gonna change later, and they just did. Smoker is here, Sentinel and Sova is here. One guy holding mid with a Guardian. I'm not a fan of that. Not because a Guardian is the bad gun. I just think that Outlaw versus Nico completely could be better. Just for this type of fights, right? Not in general. Just here will be safer with the Outlaw. You can just one shot, right? No risk at all. Also, going, yeah. Okay, if you wanna push me, then yeah, maybe the Guardian. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what they're doing here. That's why I stopped. Like, you have, it's okay that you don't wanna let them play, but like pushing here, closing down spaces, right? It's not a good play. And the reason behind is because they're in eco. They have guns that are closer, that are stronger in close spaces. So if they have guns that are closer in close spaces, you don't wanna get in close space, right? You wanna keep it at the distance. That's why he bought the Guardian, right? Makes sense. So why would you buy Guardian and then push, not push, but like get closer to the smoke? They wanna probably make us, yeah, they wanted to arrow flash, so the flash flashes everyone, right? And then they cannot destroy the arrow. That's what he wanted to do, which is a great, it's a good play. Now I understand why he pushed up. I still think it was needed. In my opinion, it wasn't needed because kind of too early in the round, first, and second, they're in eco anyways. Like, why would you do that? I don't know, just risky for no reason. And exactly, he gets punished for it, right? And you see how easier it was without like any smoke flashes going close. It was really easy. Like, why would you do that? But so it's alright. They still won the round, so worked out. Okay. As I said before, we see really heavy on mid, really heavy on mid, both defense and attack. Really heavy on mid. Cypher is on A. So guys, when your team is playing, you're not pushing aside here. They're not pushing aside, but they're just playing heavy on mid or A or yeah. Just talk about Ascent. The Sentinel should be on the other side of the map. And why do you think is that, guys? Why do you think the Sentinel should be on the other side of the map? Lurking and making space on site with their abilities. Uh, so for info isn't really complete, and it's mostly for map control. It's not for what was that? Farm ults? No, it's not for farming ults. This actually applies like to basically all the maps. Um, Making space on site with their abilities. I'm not the abilities. No, when you lurk, you usually don't wanna let them know that about your presence, right? But it's mainly for map control and lurky peaks, right? Also, having a plan B is really needed because the problem is that why Cypher is really strong on this map is because he can just trap this, right? Or this, whatever it is, and then you already have map control space. You have all this map control because this game, guys, right? You have all this, whatever it is. This game is all about map control. The more map control you have, right? And map control equals to information. Space equals to information. The more space you have, right? So you know who is where, if you have the space, if they're fighting there, if they're not, right? The more probability you have of ending up winning the round, okay? Because you can base your attack, your final decision on information. And the same is for the defense. If you don't have, if Cypher is playing with you guys here, so you're all here, and the defense ends up, wait, and then the fence ends up pushing here, right? Or even destroying the cable. Doesn't matter. They destroy the cable, maybe they still push, right? Now they can easily just rotate based on this. They have a guy top mid, they hear if you rotate, right? You don't have a plan B as a team. If you fail to take mid or B, to go towards A, it will take you a lot of time because you have to clear everything. And the defense will just rotate on B. So if you end up going B, you'll just die, right? Because of this guy that just lurked. So this is the first reason, map control. Presence as well, right? And the second is obviously try to get some lurks in case if you're capable of. On Ascent, lurks aren't that big of a thing. Not okay. They're not that big of a thing on lobbies, on A lobby and B lobby. B lobby more, A lobby not really, because it's really hard to look here. A lot of the times a guy just stays here and holds you till the end of the round. A lot of the times. The most of the lurks happens on mid when your team already mid or short, right? Market or short, basically. Not mid, but market or short, right? Because Most of the lurks happens when the teams are planting or are just planted, and then the guy here starts lurking. Not earlier, not before that. On other maps, it's a little bit easier, and you can lurk earlier as well. Like on Icebox, for example, right? It's easier to lurk. You can lurk B, even if your teams haven't planted on A, right? You can just take space. But here it's much more difficult because people don't rotate until you actually confirm that it's A. Yeah. Really good take from Navi here. KO Knife did a difference. Plus the arrow to clear mid. Just a really clean. That's why their comp is really good. It's really solid. Um, KO Knife, Omen Flash, that all just allowed them to take mid. Plus they have better guns. Yeah, well played from them. Okay, let's see what happens now. First buy round, let's see. The setup is the same, just as I predicted before. They might change later though. Depends on how the game is gonna go. Okay, they wanna play Euro on mid. Maybe they're gonna try to do something as with arrow plus flash again. Flash plus arrow, sorry. Um, Chamber now is holding A from heaven probably or from side, playing a little bit more defense. Let's see. I expect them to play a little bit more aggressive on short. Yeah, and they're okay. No, wait. He was about to arrow, I believe. You see, he was going towards there, I think. They wanted to flash reveal 100%, I'm pretty sure. Um, it failed because, first of all, he just died, and then the carry knife. He moved back here because of the carry knife, not because anything else, right? So the idea was to do the same play as they did in the second round, if you remember. But yeah, if Angel got lucky here, plus the carry knife just completely destroys that play. So I don't think they're gonna be trying to do it ever again. And well, here now, the round is already looking really good for Navi, right? Okay, so Navi are freezing right now, and this is great. Why do you think are they freezing, guys? What do we have? Because in this situation, Fnatic have to take space, maybe waiting a moment second smoke to use defense util. Okay, let's wait one more second. Not of where they are. Huh? Is that an answer though? So, the reason teams freeze in this kind of situation, and you will notice it a lot, is that when you in attack after you got the kill, right? The defense is the one who has to move, who has to make a play because they have because the attackers have the upper hand, right? The defense is disadvantage, and in defense it's much more difficult to play in a 4v5 situation, right? Because you're distributed through the map. So as an attackers, you just wanna, when you have time, obviously, um, calm down, see what abilities you have, realize what's happening, regroup together, and let the defense make a step, make a false step, okay? Make the defense, as I really like what Usopp said here, Fnatic have to take space, exactly. So wait for that, right? Because you have B, you see how Shao is waiting here for B. He's not really, he's just waiting for a short as well, right? They're just waiting for Fnatic to make a false step because Fnatic kind of have to take space back, right? Take to the fight and be proactive here. They're not doing that, which probably will cause them the loss of this round, I believe. But yeah, and also, so I liked really the Usopp's answer, and then Ashen also on the Omen second smoke. That's probably again could be one of the things. Omen and second smoke, but I think the main thing again was just to wait for Fnatic to do a full step, either than the second smoke. But that's also was important probably. I think they're gonna lose the round because they have no space here, and it's just gonna be so hard for like Sova right now market alone. Okay, Kron did have them. Okay, Fnatic were prepared for this though. They had a flash here that I didn't really know about. Great flash. You know what was the problem with that? Is that he is too far away. He should have started running and take B main a little bit earlier. That's the problem. Because here, you see, Kron is able to pick, Chronicle is able to pick market, right? And the problem is that nobody's B. He's just running here. He should have been much, much faster. So this is a problem. They should have started doing this when this guy after he droned, not before. Still winnable from Navi's side though. Even though you see now they're rotating just. But it's still winnable for them. Yep. Here we go. Because now you see what happens now? Look at this. Now again he's alone, so it's really difficult for him to do anything. And look what Kron. He cannot play anymore because this guy finally showed his presence. You see? Now if he would have done that 10 seconds earlier, it would have been a flawless round for Navi. Now it's winnable for both sides. Oof. Yeah, Alpha here. Okay, they still won though. Wasn't really clean from Navi here. They could have won it. I mean, played it better. Still worked out at the end, right? But it was a little bit shaky. Yeah, and then it was closer because some small things, that can change it. And also Fnatic reacted really, really good on that. They were prepared. That's why probably they weren't pushing. They have like a protocol probably or something like that. They were really prepared for that. With Vice here. KO knife again, really good. Oh, it's an anti-eco. Okay, let's go fast. They're just playing safe here, not trying to take space. That's how anti-eco should be played. Wait for the enemies to make a mistake. Don't commit to anything, just play a default round. Based on info you get, you decide where to go. If you don't get info, just try to go together. Do not rush. One thing I'm wondering is why the Sova on attackers isn't really together with the main squad. No, before it wasn't because the reason behind that is they needed to clear B main. And to clear B main safely, Sova's drone is the best option. Also, to take mid, when you take mid, Sova never goes mid because he just arrows this. He arrows that, and Omen, Jet, and KO. Okay, KO and Jet have to be there, 100%. There are no questions about that. Because Jet is the duelist, he has to take aggressive fights, and KO is his right hand, right? Her right hand to flash for him, etc. Omen also has a good flash on that, and his mocks mainly, I think. Yeah, I mean, the main thing is that Sova has a drone to clear B main. Yeah, so that was why he was still there. And most of the times why Sova goes B main and not mid after he throws his arrow. I'm not a big fan of Alexi going alone like this, to be honest. A little bit too much. Let's see how divided he is. I think it's because he's really young still, he doesn't have too much experience. I really think this guy has a lot of potential though. Yeah, it's a one round for Navi here. Played great. Really, really important, guys, is that you play really controlled, you don't panic versus Anticos. Don't commit before you need to commit, right? Take your time. Again, same thing as before, you see? 4 here, 1 here. Also, can anybody tell me why he's placing this trap? The main reason, only one answer. Oko, don't answer it. I know you know. Disrupt. Yeah. Shock dart. I'm sorry guys, Usopp was just faster. Also, yeah, shock dart is the main reason, but disrupt in general isn't. Yeah, it's mainly for shock dart. If it wasn't for the shock dart, then there is not even disrupt is bad. If there is no shock dart, if they had no Sova, disrupt is really bad because they can easily just see you mid, right? So I will take. I mean, this is only for high elo though. I don't think they destroy traps with shock darts below immortal. This is this is a really good flash with KO guys and easy to do. Look at this here. Really, if anyone of you plays KO, I really suggest you to take this flash to take a main. It's a pop flash, really good and easy to do. Boom. The knife is a little bit too much to learn maybe, but a flash wouldn't be bad, right? Fnatic changed their setup as well. Mid presence again. I think Fnatic kind of predicted um, of Navi going A, maybe. I don't know how though, because it's weird that they changed just now. Maybe it's because they struggled a lot on mid in the rounds before that. Not so sure. Oh, the play was good, but Alexic, you seen that? The play was really good, but Alexic pushed out of the smoke a little bit too fast because you know there is a wall. So how can you like mm, counter it? What I said before is dash into the smoke, take your space, and then just hide. Wait for the wall to go down and your teammates to push out, right? And that's probably would have been safer. But here they had a play, so he's in the smoke, and then he's waiting. As soon as the flash pops, he goes out. I guess. No, wait. Yeah, exactly. As soon as the flash pops, he goes out. He went out a little bit too early, and that just ruined everything for them. But now you see, this is great. You see now, they have the space. Now they can go back B. They have the upper hand now. Yeah, great as well. Good for them. Oh, sorry, skipped a little bit too much. I think I would like maybe this is just my opinion. One of them has to go lurk first because they have disadvantage man disadvantage. So if you just play numbers versus numbers, you're probably gonna lose. Also, you're playing versus Fnatic. All of them have great mechanics, right? Um, so that is one thing. Uh, another thing is wait. Okay, so that is one thing. Another thing is you're both late to help those guys. So at this point, one of you can easily just go lurk. Like, why not? You're already there, right? Why would you just waste it? Waste the opportunity. And based off what they have, it probably should be Angel because he has no abilities anyways. And Shao maybe has a shock dart, can help inside a drone, right? So Angel should go here and lurk. Great shot from Hero here. Yeah, you see they're both. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. All like three of them B main. Someone has to go side right now. Yeah, okay, here we go. Going side, as I said. I mean, now Hero maybe saved them the round because 4v4, now it's playable. Okay, KTP there. So you're telling me Kayak TP'd here and Angel still didn't check it. Angel, Angel moment here. I mean, the guy is like 35 years old, so what can you say? Navi might even win by time, by the way. Fnatic are kinda slow in this retake. They might lose by time. I mean, they probably will, actually. They have it or no? They should. Maybe they don't. Yep, they lost by time. It was a really slow retake for them. The reason behind it was so slow, it's he is the reason. Look at this. They waited for him the whole time. That's why. He was really slow in the rotation. Should have been much faster. You either just he wanted to clear the lurk, yeah, which made sense. Like there should be a lurk now from Navi. There wasn't a lurk. They still won, but yeah, I don't think they played really good. Anyways, Fnatic could have just retaken faster. Split B probably now because there is no cipher here. As I said before, if you just split, then yeah, if you split, then just go towards here. There is no point in taking this part of the map. You need all the gunpowder that you have into one place. Maybe splitting, yeah, I'm saying. Or just go B, even, or that as well. Okay, also they have a hard by here. I think they're avoiding. So the reason they're going B, that can anyone of you tell me why would you think they will go B now like that? I think there is one interesting reason for that, why they're going B straight and not like overcomplicating it as before. They know Kron has been playing B. Kron played A last round, by the way, and they know it. K ulti. K ulti does work on A as well. I mean, yeah, I don't think, yeah, it doesn't matter if they go B or A. It's not because of that. Is it because the Sentinel were on A? I mean, Kron played B and A both, so no. He moved, so you can't really predict that. So I think, and I'm actually almost sure, right? It's because of this. I haven't stopped it for you guys. It's because of the chamber ult. So, as we have seen before, what happened was that versus an eco, or half by whatever it was, almost eco, right? What they did was they just waited for Fnatic to make a to make a step, right? But now it would be stupid for them to do the same, to search for kills, wait for Fnatic to pick something, because with Chamber ult, Fnatic can easily, and like really, really, really easy, take one or even two frags anywhere. So they don't wanna risk, okay, the Chamber getting kills, because it's really easy for him to get a kill, right? Anywhere, you just pick, and Chamber can kill you instantly. So they don't wanna risk that. They spotted the Chamber here on mid. They spotted him on mid and they said, guys, he's on mid, fuck this shit, let's just go B. Easy peasy, with my ult. So Chamber ult is the main reason, guys. And because they also spotted him on mid, right? And to rotate to A now, they will like need to do all of this. Also, I think Chamber's ult in retake on A is better than on B because of like the tight spaces here on the retakes. On A, he just goes out heaven and see all of the side, right? So it's better on A as a retake for Chamber. Good shot here from Alexic. Really good here. Take example, guys, of how he just pushed in. Not scared at all. Jumped basically in. From close reach with Phantom. That is great. Overcommitment here. Picked a little bit. They overpicked. Ooh, no way. No way. Okay, it's... yeah, Navi are not clean at all. They got the advantage, but they just almost rolled it. Buster kinda fucked up. They almost found the advantage because of like picking and solo plays, by the way. Let's see what change Fnatic do here after the timeout. The most senior matchup in VCT. 243 years with that. Yeah, it's because Navi are like this. They do a lot of like really, really small mistakes, but when you add them up on this level, no, not everyone around in this server. It's just Buster and Angel are like the oldest and Crashes. Oh yeah, wait, what is happening? What? Maybe I don't know what's the idea here. The idea is just to take a main and then they hold the rest of the map. Maybe wanna commit into an A split afterwards. Let's see. I'm not sure what. Yeah, it looks like a commitment towards an A split here, right? Not sure why Buster's playing aggressive here. I mean, not really aggressive, but try. Yeah, yeah. You see, A split. Here we go. Yeah, really good here from Ruxic. Again, this is not great. Really divided, both of them. Like you see, what's funny with Navi is that on how generally how they're playing is good, but they do so many like small things that better teams just don't. Like the reason Fnatic won this series is because Fnatic don't do that on a match on a game basis, right? They don't do that. But Fnatic Navi play that all the time. That's why sometimes they're inconsistent as well. Even this, yeah, it's a solo play. I mean, it worked, so just kind of a way of doing like in ranked. I think that's a good play. Here, I think it's risky. And still, high risk, high reward. They say, right? Yeah, just save here. Just save. Yeah, just go save. Retake with an operator to be free it. Okay, let's see. It's another Rico. Let's keep it. Let's keep the Rico. Time is flying, so. Wait, did we skip too much? No, we didn't. Okay, the same round. Okay, let's see. Really important round. Chamber. Yeah, shock dart, here we go. He's trying to fake the. Oh, they're trying to fake A? Maybe? Never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure what Navi are doing. Well, the shock dart wasn't great. Drawn. Yeah, it was fine, but I think Alexic has to pick earlier. You see, he picked a little bit too late. He has to pick half second earlier. That's why. Like both of them, look at this. What is this pick from them? They're not too much, but just enough to get killed separately. All of them, look at this. He has to be closer. You have to double pick here. Like what? Come on. You just lost a round, maybe, because you picked badly together. Come on. Double pick is so easy to call. And Angel just flashed through Xich. No, guys. By the way, we are not gonna be watching the whole mob because we have no time, but I promise you, because I've seen the game, Angel flashes his teammates at least four more times during the game. Like this guy is crazy, bro. I have no idea why he's playing care. He literally may probably just lost the round because he flashed Ruxic. I would be so tilted if I was him. Yeah, there is no win. There is no way we just win this round now. They just rotate. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's see a little bit some rounds, 2 or 3 rounds from the other half as well. By round, let's go. So now Navi are in defense, right? We skipped. Again, heavy mid. They're playing heavy mid as well. Map control on B with the wall, playing heavy mid. Omen holding A. Yeah, we can look at the second pistol. Looks like a default round from both. I usually don't suggest to play like this, a piece around. I suggest to play a little bit more heavy on one of the parts. They're playing a little bit more heavy on B, but not enough, I think. You should actually be more commitment I would like to see here. Yeah. That flash gave you nothing. Yeah, yeah. Fighting us two has no sense over that, right? Why would you fight us two? Here you have to fight and be more aggressive and punish Chronicle. Why would you here be holding us two? Like this is just so. See, yeah, probably for the comp. They might be slow for the comp, yeah, that's true. Wall just notifies them of someone pushing out B main, right? But someone can still pick out and get potential picks. Yes, they can. I mean, yeah, they push now, but now it's late, you see? And look how slow they are as well. And why is an engine in the middle of the site? Somehow it's a 3v3. Again, divided, like, where is the teammate for the refrag? Here, instantly refrag, right? On Chronicle, instant refrag. Where is the refrag on here? None. Ah, yeah, Chron should not be picking here. With the flash is good. Reposition now, Chron. Go dice, exactly. He wasn't committed enough. He instantly, after the flash, should have gone here. Maybe he was scared of heaven, could be. But after the flash, I'm not sure if he knew that Sova was here. Instantly go dice, and that's it. Don't you think Crusher should have bought a drone since they don't have any other info after they use the dart at the start? Haven't paid attention to that, honestly. In the attack side, usually, no, actually, yeah, usually I buy the drone in the attack side as well. He didn't. Maybe he thought they don't need it, I don't know. Generally, yeah, I would suggest buying a drone, but maybe they had another plan. Okay, let's watch a buy round and then let's see what happens. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Maybe they had another idea at the start. Heavy mid, as always. I'm scared of Angel flashing his teammates. Knife mid link. Really heavy mid. Wow. Oh, they're fighting. They're probably. Yeah. They wanna fight mid as well here. Makes sense. Oh, this is gonna be great. Never mind. They just changed the idea for some reason. Yeah, he's cooked. They were trying to help him. He whiffed. Look, oh. Angel just flashed himself. I'm sorry. He just he just flashed himself. Yeah, okay. Here, guys, what do you think Navi should do? And then last question, and then after this round, Q&A if somebody has any questions, and then we'll be done. What do you think Navi should do here? Navi, yeah, Navi, not Fnatic. The defense. Yes, they should be more aggressive on B main because they have not enough players to fight mid, right? Because it's the heaviest area, and just leaving is not good because then you just lose all the space and you don't have the numbers. So as I said before, when you don't have the numbers, you make the play not in defense, right? That's exactly what they should be doing. Cypher is fine here. Maybe Cypher, in my opinion, should go towards short to rotate faster. And also, if these guys decide to go A, they will go for short because they were mid. If they decide to go A, they will go for short. He from short might try to get a pick for the to get a kill for the trap he has. And yeah, Navi should be these two go and fight B main and try to get a kill there to make things a little bit more equal, right? Which they don't do, and it's not looking great. Are they faking the short go? Yeah, he's faking the short go. What is why are Fnatic doing this? Why would you fake the short go? Overcomplicating right now. Now they're all divided again. You see, like this is I just don't understand. Fnatic should have been the one waiting for Navi to do a play. It was the opposite, and it actually worked because Fnatic some for some reason they just divided all of them. Front started picking B main when this guy's on short, and now finally they decide to go B, but now it's late. Now he probably lost the round. Yeah. Why is he turning his back? Never turn your back, guys. If you wanna go and try to escape, still watch the position, okay? Oh, the time. Okay, maybe he was trying to do it for time. Yeah, Navi just Fnatic just tried to end the loss this round. Yeah, that's it. Fnatic just overcomplicated themselves. Literally just freeze and then go together. Why would you try to overcomplicate it by going alone short and picking B main at the same time? Right, makes no sense. Okay, guys. Q&A. Anyone has any questions about anything? Agents, play, smoke, ability. Shao's brain growing old like angels. Don't insult Shao like that. It was just a bad game for him, okay? Shao is still decent. Definitely. I think if Navi remove Angel and they pick up like someone good, aim-wise, mechanically-wise, they might be one of the best teams in EMEA because they have the players. Like Ruxic is really good. Alexis has a lot of potential. Shao is decent, and Hero is good, decent, good as well. So they might be better than this. And this game shows this, right? This series, was really close, and Fnatic are the best team probably in EMEA right now. In ranked, when I can't win a round in attack, what should I do? Uh, it depends. What I suggest, most of the times, what I suggest to do in ranked is just try to analyze a little bit and try to counter the enemies. Try to think of a way of like why are you losing and what can you do to change that. But in ranked, you don't have to forget that you don't have to overcomplicate it. Just play easy, right? Call a split B, see if that works. Try to go together in a side, like try some easy stuff, right? Because a lot of the times people just overcomplicate ranked. Just try to play easier. It really depends though on the situation and stuff. If you really like are losing 10-0, then it's just not your game, you know. Just happens. Nothing you can do about that. Do you think Killjoy is still a viable sentinel for Ascent instead of Cypher? I actually prefer Killjoy, to be honest, on Ascent. I'm not sure if other teams agree with me, but in my opinion, Killjoy is, yeah, they play Killjoy. Maybe not the best team, but in my opinion, Killjoy is even better. I like her more. I just think that Cypher is good, but Cypher is good, but yeah, I don't know. I just prefer Killjoy for the ult, sorry, the nades. Cypher does allow you to take more space though with his traps, you know, because of the range. But you can find your way around that with Killjoy. So, is there any way I can improve my game sense, like how you guys recognize all the mistakes and plays of this game? Because I can't recognize them while watching. Uh, well, you cannot do it because you are not the coach. You haven't played the game for so long. To improve your game sense, start watching those games. Like how I can recognize mistakes and plays and predict them most of the times is because I've just watched many of them, right? I've watched many of them. I studied the game on like I thought about why are they doing that. Then I watched what happened at the end, and then I said, okay, they did that because at the end they wanted to push B or stuff like that. So that helps. Also, just playing more in general. I think it does help. Maybe it's not the best thing to improve your game sense, just play, but it does help you anyways. It's just, you have to know a lot of the stuff about the game, abilities, combos, right? All of that. It's basically all theory. It's start watching the games though can already help. Maybe with a streamer who is streaming them, watch partying. There are not everybody, but like Zliggy, for example, when he does watch party, he explains most of the times those games. I don't know about FNS, never watched FNS. On Ascent, do you think a hard side anchor sentinel is important, or would you say is Chamber gonna be fine? No, a hard anchor is really important, really important. Chamber is not gonna be fine. Maybe more teams are gonna play Chamber and another sentinel. Uh, yeah, I don't. No, no, no. Chamber is not important. Chamber is not enough. Also, I don't think Chamber is that strong on this map. He's strong, but that strong? I don't know. I don't think, like, at least in this game, I don't think Fnatic are strong on Ascent or win on Ascent because of Chamber. Like, we've seen this game, Chamber did nothing crazy that any other agent couldn't have done. The ult is the only thing that changed it. So, yeah. Anything else? It's not simple, no. Getting improving is never simple. I have one more. If you plan on going for specific site take and then enemy has a sage or like a deadlock to hard stall one lane, would you suggest to break the wall, wait out the slow and then commit, or like rotate off instantly the moment it happens? The the best thing to do in that case, if you're here, you're buff, right? You're stalled, so you're not pushing in. If you have a sentinel here on the other part of the map, he has to do something, work, show his presence at least a little bit, do something. If you have him, you can also rotate to him as well, right? So either that or you just rotate to him. If you have nothing on this part of the map and you got stalled here, yes, definitely don't go in. Try to cancel, retake space on mid maybe, or retake space on B, and then you decide you either wanna continue going B or recommit A again, right? Because what you have to imagine is if you have no space on B, you don't know if the enemies have pushed it, and if you're just all here, then they probably rotated, and then if you commit after like 10 seconds, you're gonna find all of them inside. Let me know if it was clear, because I draw a lot of different things. Ask, do you recommend using the knife as a recon or use it as more of like a way to stop util on a push? I will use it as a way to counter the enemy's abilities um, that make it difficult for you to push. I don't know if it makes sense. So for example, not precisely as a recon, can be used as a recon, but not precisely as a recon, right? When for example, if you're playing slow because it does recharge, you can use it as a recon sometimes, right? In the earlier stages of the round. But when you're pushing, don't think of it as a recon. Think of it as something that helps you, um, just helps you going out in general, right? Viper on Ascent is terrible. You know, yeah, the reason you've seen him on less on Loud is because when Viper was played on Ascent, it was after plant meta. The after plant meta was the meta that in which everyone played mollies. Viper had two mollies, which were much better than now. Also, Astra was played there, Kersak, right? And you just played for time in the after plant. That's why Viper was played with Kiji. So you had two mollies here, two mollies here, plus this. Five things that counter the plant, that the diffuse. That's why it was used, and it's not anymore because now she has one and it's not as strong. And yeah, that's the main reason. And Astra also got nerfed. I remember them playing Jet, Omen, Viper, Chaos, so yeah, it was 2 years ago. The reason behind I just said. Nobody does it anymore. And I wouldn't do it. Viper isn't even that good on Ascent. Even as a double smoker. Okay, if there are no other questions, then we are done for today. See you around, bye bye.